Death Battle is hosted by Wiz and Boomstick, and I don't really like them. Boomstick is the loud, dumb one, and I guess that's the joke, is that he's loud and he's dumb, and it just doesn't make me laugh. And Wiz is the nerdy tech one who has a robot arm for some reason. I guess kids and autistic people think that's cool. Then they go over the stats and lore of the characters before they do the whole death battle. And I usually skip this part because sometimes they just get information wrong. And to be honest, I can understand why, because the characters that they talk about usually have a lot of lore and different interpretations. So trying to manage all that information, it could be difficult. The animations for the death battles usually range from wow, that looks amazing, to wow, that looks like shit, they should remake this one, to I can't even really tell what's going on because of the, choreography and the cinematography and all the fancy. My brain basically can't process what the characters are doing. The thing I like most about Death Battle is their ability to just piss off people over fictional characters having a non-canon fight. Like these fights are essentially just fan fiction at the end of the day, and yet I've seen videos, like whole essays, just trying to debunk a Death Battle video. Like, they're taking Death Battle so seriously for no reason, and best of all, Death Battle doesn't really care about the feedback. The Ben 10 versus Green Lantern Death Battle is just glorious levels of rage bait. Like, I don't even agree with the Death Battle, but the way that one specifically upset people, I wish I could just rage bait people that hard. Now, is Death Battle popularity biased? Well, in my opinion, yeah, they are sometimes. Kratos versus Azura. Now, as a super hardcore God of War fan, even I gotta agree that this fight was some BS. Like, Azura should have definitely beaten Kratos. Azura literally fights people who are bigger than planets. Dante versus Clive, yeah, that one's definitely bullshit. As someone who likes Final Fantasy more than DMC, Clive would not stand a chance against Dante. Dante has survived way worse, and Clive can easily be overwhelmed by knights if he lets his guard down. I think Clive only won this one because, well, at the time, Final Fantasy 16 was still very recent, and there wasn't really anything going on with Devil May Cry games since 2019. Ichigo versus Yusuke from Yu Yu Hakusho. Well, Yu Yu Hakusho is a popular series, but that's mainly for 90s and 2000s kids. Meanwhile, Bleach is still popular to this day, with a younger generation as well. So of course Ichigo's gonna win the fight. Which, yeah, I'm gonna argue this. Like, no doubt Ichigo's a strong character, but without his sword, his Zanpakuto, or however you pronounce it, he's kind of screwed. Meanwhile, with Yusuke, the guy can fight with his fists and legs, and not only that, but he can also, shoot you with his spirit powers or whatever. It's been a minute since I watched Yu Yu Hakusho, but I would say that Yusuke would easily beat the ever-living shit out of Ichigo. But anyway, besides the potential popularity bias, I'm not really offended by who wins or who loses. The only thing that really offended me when it came to Death Battle was their sponsorships for BetterHelp. Like, come on now, even for sponsorship standards, sponsoring BetterHelp is very low, in my opinion. I would rather take a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship over a BetterHelp sponsorship. I don't mean to stand on my soapbox here, but yeah, I just really hate BetterHelp. It's genuinely evil, in my opinion. So overall, outside of their abysmal sponsorship decisions, I don't think Death Battle is bad. They're pretty harmless, not really worth taking seriously. I just can't wait for them to do Naruto versus Luffy, because that would cause people to spurg out, and that would be amazing levels of rage bait.